Hello and welcome to the Red Zone Podcast, Episode 2. Amonkhet and our thoughts on Modern Masters 2017. This is Elvin,
And I'm JR.
and we know we've been gone for quite a bit. Lots been happening, but we're back, and we're actually committing to more shows. We're actually going to start a weekly upload for the episodes, so expect more coming from the channel.
Yeah, and just a little addition to that. We used to do it in person, like we get together in a house and do the recordings there for better audio quality, which poses problems logistically, time wise. But now we're doing it through Skype, so we are like. You should see a little bit of a drop on quality on one end, but we are
Yeah.
able to commit to more episodes. So I think that's still a bit better,
It's a fair compromise, yeah.
Yeah.
The quality isn't as good as we could do it in the past, where it's like face to face.
It's
We'll
not
still
it's
try
not
to do
bad though.
those
I mean,
things. Yeah, thanks to the modern technology. But at the same time, if we happen to be able to do those face to face ones, I'm sure you guys barely would see the difference. Hopefully, in any case, well, we're going to be talking about a couple different things. So first of all, we actually want to talk about what's been happening so far. So the channel, we've added a couple of different, we added a couple new videos since the last podcast.
a lot
We
actually.
with our Yeah, exactly, with our friends from uh, Grey Ogre, was
Yep.
it?
Yeah, Grey Ogre.
Yeah, we had some coverage of uh, was it PPTQ?
An RPTQ.
RPTQ, sorry. Yes. And then we also did once again one of our um, like mega unboxings, which I hope people enjoyed.
Oh, and just
Uh,
to mention Grey Ogre again, they actually do coverage of like every tournament they run. I think. Yeah, they run coverage for most of what they do. So if you ever wanna check out the local metagame in Singapore or something like that, just go ahead. They have their own channel. I'm not sure. I don't know the URL.
it's a
Maybe
Grey
yeah,
Ogre.
we'll have it's Grey Ogre, but I don't know if they have like a special URL. Anyway, we'll post it on the description below. So go ahead and check
Yep.
them out and subscribe to them
Yeah.
as well.
Also for those that aren't necessarily well, for those that are interested in these sort of things, we also started a new show, Red Zone Collectibles, with our friend Michael, who in our inaugural episode for the Voltus 5 40th anniversary edition figurine.
Diecast
Oh yeah,
collectible would be more.
it's, oh, it's diecast because I remember I
Yeah,
saw the episode and it's like being formed
yeah. It's
for
the joints
from its
are
individual components,
the joints are uh
articulated.
no, I'm thinking of the rubber or plastic. The joints are plastic, but most of it is diecast.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
some like the small antennas, things that you don't want to break are plastic, but
Oh, okay.
most are diecast.
Yeah.
That series of figures are mostly diecast figures. The Bandai Solub Chogokin. Yeah.
Yeah. So for our listeners that are into those kinds of things as well, there's a new show for you guys to watch. There's no we haven't. I'm not sure if we've committed to a regular schedule for that yet, but we are going to be uploading more of those. Um, we also want to talk about some of the new things that have been happening in the world. Some nice stuff that came out the past weekend. Besides, the long holiday, we were treated to two trailers in the past week and a half.
Yeah. Well, which one you want to talk about first?
Okay. Well, let's talk about the one that came out first. That's the Thor Ragnarok trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's. I for one was really surprised at the sudden change or shift in tone.
Oh, you mean that like
Honestly,
how it became Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, it became the tone is like completely Guardians of the Galaxy from the Immigrant song, which
Yeah.
essentially is the Thor song.
Oh, before before
To
before I go into that, I've seen a lot of people joking it's as Guardians of the Galaxy.
was Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, 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 clever. But the thing is, it fits because the aesthetic of Thor is essentially Guardians of the Galaxy without guns, without too many guns, actually.
No, and
Um,
no, I'm here's the thing. I know the Immigrant Song is a 70s song, which
yeah,
is
so
which is what
Led
the
Zeppelin.
what the Guardians of the Galaxies, I mean the same era as the Guardians of the Galaxies songs are, but I don't
Like
they're not even in
70s,
the
80s, I
same genre.
well, rock.
And it's classic rock, and most of the Guardians of the Galaxy songs are like pop. They're not even that pop. Like I listen to a lot of old music. I have a ton of vinyl at home and stuff like that. But the songs in Guardians of the Galaxy, I like maybe 90% of them I've heard from for the first time in the movie. So I mean, like they're it's like what hipster 70s music, I guess, or I just
It's not something that I guess we've encountered. I've
yeah, it's not
Uga
mainstream music,
Chaka,
and
it's
the
still sort of what was the
yeah,
I'm
but
trying to get
compared to the Led Zeppelin song, it's
well, the Led Zeppelin on its by itself is a big thing. Led Zeppelin is iconic.
and
Uh,
even the Immigrant Song. I'm sure you heard it in a ton of movies, like recently Shrek, I guess.
if you call it Shrek
It was in
3
Shrek,
or 2,
the one with
I
the
know. It
one
was
of the
like
princesses.
one of the princesses, Snow White, I think.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. They very rarely use it. They also use it for School of Rock.
Oh, and did you know that
If I recall.
the Immigrant Song is actually the perfect song for that? It actually talks about going to Valhalla.
Yes, of course. I
I
know
mean,
the lyrics of the
yeah,
Immigrant
I mean
Song.
that's my point. Because
It comes from the land of the ice and snow.
yeah, my problem with how people are reacting to it.
Hammer of the
Yeah,
gods.
it's exactly Thor. I mean, yeah,
It
but my
is.
problem with how people are reacting to it. I mean, I know sure they're milking the guardian the how famous the Guardians of the Galaxy team is going with I don't know, even with Stranger Things. I mean, cause the if you saw the
Are you okay?
fonts.
Okay, okay. So your problem is that you think that they're milking
No.
retro.
That's not my problem. My problem is how people are reacting to it. Like people are
How are they reacting to it?
I see a lot of people pissed at it. Like they're saying,
Really?
yeah,
This?
they're saying that they're doing That's where the as Guardians of the Galaxy comment came from. They're like saying
But that
they're
I thought it
doing
was
too
like
much of it.
with the okay. I get. So you're pissed at
No,
people
I'm
that
not.
are
Yeah. I'm
you're
pissed at
pissed
people
at
who are
people
pissed at the
who are
trailer,
pissed at the trailer because it's copying Guardians of the Galaxy.
which I
Honestly,
don't think
that
it.
makes the most sense. Because especially as it's actually converging here. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know you're sort of aligned already
Yeah.
with this mindset, but for our audience as well, if you look at how they're trying to put everything to sort of line up to this big Infinity War, Asgard is the great, pardon the pun, it's the bridge between the Avengers and the Guardians because it's the one that actually
No,
exists in the world.
no, and other than that, I mean, sure, Immigrant Song is an old song in the same era, but other than that, it's the perfect song because here's the thing, Thor is in because Hela is there, so he's in Hell, I assume, because that's what like, Hela governs, right? And because
Well,
if you know Norse mythology, what happens to a Viking when they die is they either go to hell or they go to Valhalla or they go to hell and earn their way to Valhalla. So that's actually what's happening. I mean, Thor didn't die, obviously, but like that's what's happening. He's in hell and he's trying to
some people say
get out of it.
that air that that thing at the start of the because in the start of the
How did I get
trailer,
here?
It's like he's like, yeah, how did I get here? It's like chained. That's not necessarily hell, because if I recall, the mythology is hell is like this frozen wasteland, but
No, no. In
that's actually
mythology, yes, but in Marvel, Hela is like the arena thing is in like there's a hell where that Hela person, the female one who
yeah,
destroyed the
yeah.
hammer.
Kate Blanchett, actually, Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett.
Oh, that's Kate Blanchett.
Yes,
Huh.
I know,
Interesting.
right? Yeah, she's like, oh, who's this? And then, oh, that's
Oh, you had
actually
to
Kate
Google it.
Blanchett. Yeah, yeah. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
something
you're
that
right.
immediately came to me. No, no, no. I had help. But yeah, so the immigrant song, the entire layout, the way that it was presented was very Guardians, but honestly, it's also very Marvel. That they showed the highlights of what Marvel is, because Marvel is really about cool things, dark things, but also fun. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the thing that,
and that's the thing that Marvel is trying to do, which like separates them from DC at the moment. Because
yeah,
Marvel
because
Studios
DC,
has a fun Iron Man-y kind of theme, while DC
all,
is dark.
all of their movies have some sort of injection of fun, because it's still a comic book. Which is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
great thing about it. That's what DC is trying to do with their Justice League. With the
Oh yeah,
you know,
with the last trailer.
last couple of months, yeah, he said no. He said, yeah, or I'm not good with making friends and all that. Still, but still, within the palette of Chris Nolan and Brian and what's his
I
name?
mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fun movies, but the Christopher Nolan ones are. I mean, come on.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. But that's not a discussion for the trailer. So the
Yeah,
trailer is like very Guardiansy. By that, it's like bright colors,
yeah, and I
weird
guess
weird
the
aliens.
joke, what's the term for that when you like insert a joke that's like not supposed to be within the era? I forgot, but yeah, like I mean, like
Anachronism.
yeah,
Well, something
anacro,
something is anachronism.
yeah, something like that.
Anachronistic,
It's not exactly that, but it's sort of
kind of like
that.
that.
Yeah, or when Thor says he knows Hulk from work. I mean, because
That's not
no, no, it's
anachronistic.
not. It's not. I know it's not, but
It's out of place, I think.
it gives the same vibe. Because you're in
I,
an arena and then someone says something like that. You get what I'm saying. It's not, but
yeah, people don't really in your arena. People don't really speak like that,
yeah,
which is funny because Thor is one of the ones that speak in the old timey, olden manner
yeah. But I guess
in the world. But here,
he's been with the Avengers long enough. I guess that he
yeah,
picked up on
they
that.
rubbed off on him,
Yeah, something like that.
and
And he was
remember,
starting to do that in the last few movies. If you
and also if you remember, he had a roommate in Australia, so
what?
there's like this thing where what was happening during Civil War. He was like in Australia with this guy
Oh,
with
I forgot about that.
that's like he's a roommate, and he had Mjolnir inside a drawer with a blanket.
Why do I not
It,
recall any part of that?
it,
But yeah.
it's a video online.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
I
Oh, that's why he
guess
wasn't there. Oh,
yeah, because while it was all happening, he was like in Australia just hanging out. But I do
he's
enjoy that.
Australian though, right?
Yeah, he is
Hemsworth.
Thor, or not Thor, but
Obviously.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hemsworth.
Also, what's her name? Valkyrie is there. The girl that dragged him through that. She's actually a character called Valkyrie,
Hmm.
who fought Hela in some way. And then also there's Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited to see if Jeff Goldblum would remember
Yeah.
his lines this time.
Well, no, 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 it's amazing. Yeah, yes. Life will always find a way. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Okay.
But he
Yeah.
doesn't talk in the trailer though, so that's why
He,
I'm.
talks a little bit. Who's this?
Yeah, no,
That's
but it's not
very.
not enough to determine if
When is he
Jeff
coming out?
Goldblum is doing Jeff Goldblum.
Wait. Is Thor coming out end of this month, or is Guardians coming out end of this month?
Let me check. Thor release.
Because something's coming out the end of this month.
It might be Guardians. Thor is October.
Okay, so I guess that's Guardians. It's just so similar.
No.
Yeah, I mean, okay. From a color palette perspective, they use very similar colors now. Look, we have just
they,
like
they they
it's not the
have ever since.
you have green. You have someone's green. That's Gamora and Loki. You have someone that's sort of reddish, which is
Yeah, Guardians is
which is
April 2026, by the way.
yeah. So next week, yeah, cool.
Is that
Yeah,
next
but
week?
all in all, it great.
Oh,
I
next week
think they
from
said
when
it's
we
a teaser.
release this video.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it's gonna be like they're going to. Well, I think we'll be covering that as well. I guess maybe we could do a
Yeah.
review.
Here's the thing. Like you mentioned, color palettes. It's not because they consciously made the color palette similar. It's because they're in a different planet, and that's how Marvel
Exactly, exactly,
does different planet color tone at the moment.
exactly. That's their alien tone.
Yeah.
So since they're in an alien world, that's what it looks like.
Do you know the like in the comics though this part of the story, the Ragnarok story, this is like is this, do you remember if this is like World War Hulk or something, or
Well, the
it,
word
no, no, not
Scar,
not not World War Hulk, but this is a,
Planet
this
Hulk.
is a Hulk comic.
Planet Hulk is the one where the Hulk
Yeah, that
got
one, that
trapped in
one.
Scar. I don't think this is Scar because the one that trapped them wasn't the Grandmaster. It was
I don't know, but
the
that would,
Red King.
yeah,
Completely different character.
that would be because this is in a different universe
Yeah, they
technically,
mixed it. They
but
they mixed it.
yeah, they mixed the story, but I mean, yeah, part of the concept was from that comic.
Yeah, that's why we have the Gladiator Hulk. Except they did it from point of view because what happened in Planet Hulk, it was Gladiator Hulk fighting, fighting, fighting until they get the champion, and then the champion, the Hulk saw, hey, it's the Silver Surfer, or if you're going by the cartoon, hey, it's Beta Ray Bill, and then that's how they were able to escape because he they worked together to fight and defeat the bad guys, which
Yeah, I
is
mean,
going to happen here. But they might surprise. They might make do a swerve of some sort.
yeah, I mean,
Another interesting.
we don't even know anything about the movie yet. I mean, we don't even know why Hulk is there.
Yeah, it actually is a teaser, which is great. It makes you it teases you about the movie,
Oh,
but
and
makes
why Hulk fights him?
yeah, yeah. Well, Hulk fights everybody,
No,
so
no, no.
that's a
But recently, Banner has good control of Hulk. Right? Remember from the last one.
yeah.
I mean, and they didn't show the dialogue on what happens before they fight. I mean, they might be fighting to put on a show. I don't know. I mean, that's
Yeah,
entirely
it's a
possible.
it's a teaser, so really we're gonna get more trailers down the line.
It's a good
So
one
as a
though. It's a really
teaser, I
good
think
one
it's
though.
really good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
So
that's not the only trailer that we had. We had another trailer here. Just like I remember watching it bleary eyed this morning. The Last Jedi, because bit of background. The Star Wars celebration is currently ongoing.
oh yeah, it's
And
the Star Wars week, was it?
celebration, yeah, Star Wars celebration in Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
and it's is it 40th anniversary?
70 ish.
40th, yeah, 40th anniversary of Star Wars. So they did the Star Wars panel, and so they released the latest trailer, the first trailer from The Last Jedi.
Uh, it's it's good, but kinda like if you just watch the trailer once, it's kinda underwhelming. I mean,
Well, because it's a teaser,
I'm a bigger Star Wars fan than Marvel, but I
Marvel
mean, like,
fan.
yeah, but this trailer just doesn't do it for me. I mean, it's
Is it because that Luke says that the Jedi have to end? Is that what makes
no,
you feel
no. It's just
sorry?
like what do you see?
Because
What's
I noticed
exciting
a
in the
lot.
trailer? Like, um, you see Ray training, which you know she's gonna be doing. You see,
It's like
some
the burning of the temple,
the what?
the burning of the temple, the
Yeah,
like from
but
a different shot,
the burning of the temple is like a flashback thing, right? Because
or
that's
a
really
force vision.
no. That's the old Jedi temple that Luke trained the Padawans
Yeah,
in.
exactly, exactly. So it's going to be a force vision because they don't do flashbacks.
Oh
Remember,
yeah, yeah,
that's like
but yeah, but
the
but
thing.
but but my point is, it's something that already happened that we already know happened. So my problem with the trailer is, I mean, it's good, okay, but my problem is, it's like, what do you see? Like, you see, yeah, you see Ray training, which you already know she will be doing. You see ships flying, which you know you'll see. Like, like there's nothing you didn't expect to see in the trailer. Like there's
Well,
nothing. It doesn't bring any new information. Well, aside from
well,
the
that's
aside from
balance.
the Jedi
That's
doctrine,
it.
I guess.
I think yeah, the doctrine is a big thing. Okay, stop, think, breathe,
Yeah, but
feel.
but the
What do you feel? I feel light. I feel dark. And then there's
yeah,
so much more.
but aside from them showing the Jedi doctrine books, there's like no new information in the trailer. That's like the only
Well,
thing.
okay, but once again, this is a teaser.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
supposed
I get it.
it's supposed to tease you to the thing. I guess because Star Wars is a little bit more, and I think we can do an interesting comparison here. Very little is shared in the two movies. Like you can from the trailer, from teaser of Thor, you can generally have like a general gist of how the movie's gonna go, and that's sort of like fine. Whereas in the Last Jedi, it's hard to it's hard to see what the movie's like past the second act.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
it's where the first act is, second act is
obviously,
maybe.
actually,
Then
if you break down the trailer, you'd know that Star Wars is still probably gonna be a better movie than Thor. I mean, obviously, but
it's
but
very possible.
we're just talking about the trailer and what it does for a viewer. I mean, we're fans. We look at, like, we break it down even without watching a breakdown video on our own. But like for a regular
Hmm.
person, like for example, for my dad who actually likes Star Wars but is not like a super geek fan, like he sees that trailer, he probably sees like nothing much. I mean, but compared to
Nothing
seeing the
happened.
Thor trailer and then like, oh, that's cool, right?
Well, because the main idea for both one is to one is to sort of pump people up and get them excited for the thing. The other one is to get them excited but a completely different way. Like here's like something's happening. The other one is wait, what did I just see? It it pulls at two different parts of your brain.
Yeah,
I
it does.
think
I guess
it
the problem with, not the problem, the thing I don't like too much with the Star Wars trailer is like they're all kind of the same. Like this feeling, or
uh,
not not
well it's that okay, I see what you're saying. Remember, like the Force Awakens. There's like the jump scare at the beginning with what's his name, Boyega was like, huh! Then surprise stormtrooper, and here it's like, surprise Ray.
yeah, but yeah,
Thinking in the next movie it's gonna be surprise Isaac.
probably. But no, but the thing is like, the Force Awaken trailer, like you see Boyega as a stormtrooper, and you get information like, oh, there's gonna be a stormtrooper that's a
Well,
central
actually,
part of the plot. But now there's like, really, aside
the
from the
very
Jedi doctrine, there's really no new information. That well,
the
well,
thing
there
is the
probably
first
is like the
the first
what's the
trailer of
red
Star
planet.
Wars was
I mean,
similar.
there's
Yeah, but the
info.
first trailer of Star Wars was also similar. The first trailer of Force Awakens was kind of like that. Like, okay, here, there's a new station, there's a new Vader type guy, there's a new stormtrooper, and then it's it doesn't really give you that much information. Also, the video that everybody went crazy was with the Millennium Falcon shot,
Oh, of
and that
course.
was an action shot. Whereas here, the Millennium
Oh,
Falcon
are
was,
those your dogs or mine?
I'm sorry,
Are those your dogs that I'm hearing or mine?
I think those are your dogs. My
Okay.
dogs are far away from where I am,
Mine
and
are too, but I'm using a condenser mic, which gives you superhuman hearing. Anyway,
all right. Uh, so here's the thing: like the two movies, the current sorry, the current movie, I think tonally is very different from The Force Awakens. Awakens is sort of like to get you like hyped and happy. I think this is supposed to give you like a feeling of dread. It ends on a down note because the ending of this trailer is, I believe the Jedi should end. It's like everybody's like up because I watch reaction videos also since like this morning, and everybody's like, I believe the Jedi. And I was like, yeah, should end. And they're all like,
oh, did they?
what?
Was there? I didn't notice the dramatic pause in between those
There
two.
was a dramatic pause because people are like, yes, you believe in the Jedi too. And then it should end. They're all like crestfallen to find out, like, Luke, no, why are you saying that? But yeah, it ends, it's a trailer that ends on a down note. Because I guess this is the second movie, and we all know the second movie in the Star Wars trilogy is
Yeah,
the darkest.
they also like really went out on the full. I mean, they went too much with the full circle thing. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's gonna be a good movie. I'm sure I'm gonna watch it in IMAX on the first day, but just or maybe I just don't like the trailer ending on a down note. I guess.
Yeah, well, that's supposed to give you sort of like a feeling of discomfort. It's like,
Oh, you
wait,
know what?
there's something
You know
wrong.
what the worst feeling about the trailer was? Because I didn't like before the trailer. I didn't know that it's opening December 15, right?
I said, no, Christmas. Didn't
No,
they
yeah,
say
yeah. That's
Christmas?
the thing. It's actually opening December 15. But
Ah, okay.
when it said Christmas, that almost gave me a heart attack. And for viewers who are not from the Philippines, which is where we
Yeah.
are, we have this film fest that happens yearly
Every December, every
every
December
Christmas.
25th,
So like starting December the 20th or something like that, or the 16th.
25th. No, no. It starts December 25th on the dot.
Oh, it does.
25th onward until January 8th, or
Yeah, well,
like the first
I'm
week
sure
of January.
there were days that it started earlier, but anyway, there's this film fest that starts Christmas where they're not like the movie theaters are not allowed to show any foreign films. So if they
Yeah.
did start Star Wars December 25, we won't be able to watch it until the
That happened
9th.
already
So
before. That happened for Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
So people weren't able to watch. Some people weren't able to watch Lord of the Rings immediately because it was back then. People were like, "What is this Lord of the Rings?" And so they were like,
I
they
think it
were
showed they
they
I
were not
think
really.
it was showing for a day or two.
It showed for like a few days. Then
Yeah,
it
yeah.
went to.
I
Then
think
it
two
went
days and then
to
film
the film
fest.
fest. Yeah. So a lot of people weren't able to watch it until after it. So that's like the first time one of the first instances I recall where a lot of people were like, "Oh, I wish I could watch this movie." But nowadays a lot of we still have we have good local cinemas. So a few days just watch it beforehand. So that's fine. We can wait for our awesome movie. It's just that we don't want to get spoiled by different countries
Yeah,
having
yeah,
it
because
first.
like if you watch like Star Wars, if you don't watch it the first week, you're gonna get spoiled for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it might
Yeah.
not be a full spoiler thing, but you're gonna be spoiled for
Mm,
sure.
yeah, it's true. Actually, took a long time to watch Rogue One. Didn't watch it the first week, but still,
I get my IMAX tickets in advance now just to make sure I get third row center all the time.
I don't like IMAX too much. As a person that wears glasses, um, IMAX doesn't really cater that well to
Ah,
people with glasses.
yeah.
It's not as a positive experience as if you didn't have it. So, but yeah, so we have two different trailers. One that's like really action packed, ends on a high note, and then the other one, um, say of I would say of equal or possibly even higher quality, but ends on a down note. Really changes how you view it. And so, we're excited about these two movies, but these are the two trailers that came out recently.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. After the trailers, we go down to our main discussion, which is Amonkhet and our thoughts on Modern Masters 2017. So, which would you want to talk about first?
It's up to you. I actually haven't thought about how I wanna talk about this. So go ahead.
Well, you want to talk about we'll talk about Modern Masters first, because I think it's going to be a rather short topic. Because unfortunately, I wasn't able to draft um, Modern Masters when it was released. It
Didn't
looked
you
really
drop
interesting.
when we opened the packs? Weren't you
No,
here?
no, no, no. No, I left. Remember,
I
I
don't.
suddenly had to
But
leave.
yeah.
I suddenly had to leave. I left at the Korean barbecue place.
Ah, yeah.
Remember, I left there. Yeah, yeah. So I wasn't able to. I did this mock draft, like with the things online, you can sort of make a mock draft, and
Hmm.
I thought like a white green populate deck seemed token deck seemed okay.
Hmm. But here's actually the thing that some people are missing. In terms of understanding a master set, these sets are actually well, yeah, they are released to sort of manipulate the secondary market, if that's the correct term. Meaning, like, they release Modern Masters with Tarmogoyf every year because Wizards is trying to drive the price of secondary market Tarmogoyfs down to make it more accessible to everyone. So yes, that's part of the
Which I
reason.
don't really understand because it's like a two casting cost. Okay, at most 4-5, and then
No, it's like no, it
uh,
goes up to 5-6 most of the time. It's
okay,
a
five
it's a two
six.
costing cost 5-6. It's a good card, but
It's a good card.
it's not
I get
worth like how much was
yeah.
it
Sorry,
before? $150.
I'm not sure. When I came in, it's like around that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like that's like the peak ish of the price, $150. I mean, I like the card. It doesn't look like $150 card to me, but since you need it and like, oh, so where are you gonna get it? Like, I mean, it's just supply and demand. A lot of decks
yeah.
use it, but yeah. So that's what Wizard is trying to do. I mean, they know Tarmogoyf is in demand, and they want to introduce more into the market without um putting it back in standard. So
Hmm.
that's part of the reasons for not I mean, and I'm not just talking about Tarmogoyf. I mean, I'm talking about all the other cards like for this Modern Masters, the fetch lands, right? They don't
Yeah,
want to reprint that in standard because no, they really don't want to do that, but they want
yeah.
to lower the prices and introduce more supply so that new players or players that just want more could get them. But
Hmm.
anyway, what I was trying to say is what people are missing is that that's not the primary reason for Modern Masters. It's not that so people get access to cards. Yes, it's one of them, but it's more of for people to be able to draft. Well, I guess the primary reason is for Wizards to make money. But yeah, I mean, but
Secondary
yeah,
reason.
yeah. But I mean, so they're doing it. So it's what we would call a draft set. So it's designed to give you a really great draft experience. Because
Now, how
like
was the draft? Because who won?
no, I did, but because you know,
What was the deck
I blue white flyers.
again? Flyers.
No, because no, I pulled the I pulled the bomb a bomb blue card on the first. No, sorry, no, I didn't. I went blue red. Sorry, someone passed me
Okay.
a Niv Mizzet like fifth pick,
Okay.
which was I was
Fifth pick.
doing blue white until someone passed me a blue a Nib Mizzet fifth pick, which was you know too good to pass. So I had to switch.
Gee.
Because it's very color specific, but I guess they just
Still,
didn't realize the power of Nib Mizzet. I mean, it's like it's it could be the best card in the set. I don't know.
from a draft perspective.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. But
yeah.
yeah, as I said, I wasn't able to draft, so I can't really speak much of it from a draft perspective.
Mhm.
So the thing that I can add to that would be the from a marketing perspective. Yeah, I can see because the place that I work have a lot of modern players, and they really, really were excited about this set because a lot of the things that they needed were in the set. People needed Liliana of the Veil. People needed Tarmogoyfs, people needed fetch lands, and so all of these things that they needed were in the set.
Yeah, it's
So
good for everyone because it lowers down the prices. It's good for everyone except for people who are opening the packs. Because
yeah,
I mean,
for just people just
yeah. So
flip
here's the
flop
thing. It's a
and
draft
stuff.
set. The fact that it's a draft set means you open it so you can draft it. Like
Yeah,
don't buy it to open the packs. You're obviously gonna lose money. You're gonna lose a lot of money by opening it for cards. Like, because I mean, initially you'd think you get a lot of money because fetch lands, Liliana, blah 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 blah. But the
but
problem
those
is
are like
Liliana
lottery
and
things.
Tarmogoyfs are mythic. So like if you pull one, then yeah, good for you. But otherwise, like you need to make your money from the rares. And the packs are really expensive, you know. So yeah, you try to get your money back from the rares, but the thing that's supposed to get you your money back on average value are the fetches, which like drop to one fourth their value, something like that. No, not one fourth. Like maybe less than half of their value. So yeah, so money wise, it wasn't good. We opened a lot of packs for the show just to show you guys how bad it was. And
And that
since
those were good. They're like really, really good cards.
what we pulled,
You're
yeah,
getting a
but
lot.
we still lost. I mean, we didn't because those were not our cards. But yeah, yeah, technically we still
The
lost money,
values, yeah, the value. Lost money because of that.
and
It's
we pulled all the
uh,
good cards. So I
exactly,
mean,
exactly. There's like several Tarmogoyfs,
well, we
several
didn't get a
Lilianas.
Liliana, but we still got
Oh,
several
we got.
Tarmogoyfs.
Did we get one?
Not even one, not even in the
Oh,
draft.
not even one. Okay, but that's the thing. It's We still got
We
Tarmogoyfs.
got
We got
like
a
three
couple.
Tarmogoyfs, so and Tarmogoyf is worth more than a Liliana, so it's fine. It's like we got a Liliana anyway, main value wise. So I mean,
Yeah,
even with the best pulls, like if you don't get a foil Liliana or Tarmogoyf or something like that, it's not gonna be worth it. So it's a bad investment. I mean, if it's a good investment if you keep the packs and sell it for sealed the box later, but that's a different like it's a whole different
yeah.
topic. But
That's more alpha investment type things.
yeah, but yeah. So I mean, other than that, it's a good draft set. If you want to draft, you want to play in a, like you're in
What?
a GP and want to
Although I
draft and
wasn't
get
able,
prices, then yeah. But otherwise,
will they have that at the GP?
to draft, yeah.
Oh, interesting. But the thing is, we are going to be having another one at the office. I think there's going to be one maybe next week or the week after that I joined. So yeah, I any tips for drafting Modern Masters 2017?
Well, first of all, if you're drafting it casually ish, or at least not in a
Mm.
competitive scene, um, try to play for picks instead of keeping what you draft. Because if you keep what you
Hmm.
draft, everyone's gonna draft crap decks.
Yeah, everyone's just going to go rare picks.
Yeah, because but because like for example, Tarmogoyf is not a good card in limited.
No, no, it's not.
But see, I mean, if you're gonna keep your picks, you open the Tarmogoyf. There's no way you're gonna pass that. Like even
It's
even
true.
even third pack when you're in a completely like there's
I,
no way you're playing green you're gonna get that. But
I remember an episode of limited resources with LSV and Michael Sutcliffe. Is it Michael Sutcliffe?
Marshall,
They're talking about Marshall. Sorry, Marshall Sutcliffe. Sorry. So they're like talking about how they make up excuses so that they draft like super rare cards. Like, oh well, it's a two cost at least 2 3, so that's fine. I can find a place for that in my deck. So I was like,
Yeah,
excuses for
yeah. I mean, yes, if it. No,
rationalization.
no, but yes, if it were actually a 2-3, but most of the time it won't be. So
Yeah, it's
it's gonna
just
be like
funny.
a
It's just
one
funny.
two or zero
It's just
one
funny that
most of the time.
they
But
put
I
all
mean,
these,
yeah, yeah,
these great
but I
players.
get I get what they're trying to do. But so I mean, like if you're in on a pro tour and it were the like third pack of a draft and it were modern masters for some reason, you get a Tarmogoyf completely unusable and there weren't any good cards in the pack. I mean, do you get
And
it?
that's the thing. If you get there's a bomb in the pack and then a Tarmogoyf, a foil Tarmogoyf and then a bomb rare.
Maybe that I'd like if I were in contention for top eight, I'd get the bomb rare.
You might get the bomb
No,
rare.
I would.
Oh wow!
Yeah, if I were in contention for top eight in a pro tour, yeah, $40,000 compared to whatever the Tarmogoyf is worth.
Foil Tarmo,
Yeah,
two,
it's not 40,000,
50.
whatever it is.
It's not. I know, but it's just it's one of those things that
Oh, did you?
you have to
But do you
choose.
remember what happened to who's the Canadian guy, the Canadian pro player who first picked? I think it was Pack Two. He got the foil Tarmogoyf.
No, no, what?
No, this is this Canadian guy. He's a I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. This was Pro Tour last year. No,
Mhm.
GP Vegas, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, GP. He was in a completely different color. He sees a foil Tarmogoyf pack two, and he
Hmm.
gets it.
And then they make fun of him.
And then yeah, the commentators was, oh, he's looking at because he looked at the pack from uh, front to back, sees the foil Tarmogoyf completely not in his color, looks at the back of the card to check for damage, and then, and then takes a while
Okay,
to pick,
well,
and then picks the Tarmogoyf.
eh, I don't fault it.
But here's the funny
Wait,
thing.
wait, wait. The funny thing. Okay, sure, sure. Go ahead.
So
Finish
he
it.
does that, right? And it's stamped
Okay.
because GP drafts are stamped, with the elephants
Hmm.
or whatever, the funny stamps. Anyway, he does
Hmm.
that. It's covered live, so people know
Hmm.
about it. Everyone in the Magic community knows about it. So he puts it up for auction on eBay, and it sells for like what, $12,000?
What was it stamped?
Huh? No, the because draft cards are stamped in GPs in the
I
main
don't
event, so you
like. I
don't
don't. I'm in a. Oh, okay, okay.
so
So
you
like
don't
the
so you can't
cards.
cheat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so he does that, and it got that much because he said he was gonna donate like half of it to charity, and second because it was so famous because everyone was talking about it. So anyway,
Hmm.
on that back, he actually had a card that he needed, I think a burn spell, which they say he could have won if he got that. So he lost. He lost the chance to win. At that time, it wasn't even $10,000 yet. I think it was $4,000.
Oh,
So
I
he
think I
lost
found
the
the
chance
article
to
that
win the
said
four
like
thousand dollar GP.
losing the tournament made this magic card 15K.
No, no, yeah, no, no, but yeah, but he lost a chance to win $4,000. Got $12,000 for the card, which gave him money to go to the next GP in Europe, somewhere in Europe, and he won that
Hmm.
GP.
Oh, okay.
And that was a GP he wasn't supposed to go to if he didn't sell the Tarmogoyf for $12,000. So lesson learned, you get that one
You
Tarmogoyf.
get the money. I guess. I guess.
No, no, but here's the thing: if he weren't a pro player, that Tarmogoyf would not have been worth $12,000. It would have been worth like 300. So I mean, I wouldn't have
That's a
gotten it.
big jump.
Yeah, because of the value, because it was captured on stream. Everyone was talking about it. But yeah, charity, whatever. Because it was a really famous card then. So,
I saw the tweets. You disgust me.
oh, you looked at it.
Uh, oh well, and these guys are just really because you know that they all know each other.
I guess, yeah, yeah. But it's funny because like the one doing commentary, I think was Marshall Sutcliffe, and he was like, "Is he like actually considering getting that?" And then while as he was like looking at, oh, he looks at the card backs. Oh my god, they were reacting like that. And then after he finally took it, I guess he's just human. It was funny. So
Yeah, yeah. I saw the thing, and it's pretty crazy.
yeah.
It's not really related to like current. I guess I'm not. I don't think that's gonna happen this next weekend. But besides, changing how we play it so to make sure that people play with good decks, um, any other things that you would recommend? Like, is it a good set for
Yeah,
monocolors?
no,
Is it
thing
for
with master set, it's like there's always a theme to the set. Like I forgot what the themes were for MM 2017 because I didn't play it that much. But there's always a theme, like there would be a convoke team or something like that. So sticking to the themes would also always be good because again these are not standard sets. They're all reprints. They're not designed to make, like if you're designing a standard set, you would design it to be playable in standard, in modern, and whatever. For master sets, they're just designed to do one thing, and it's to be playable in draft and to have value. So most of the cards are synergistic. So
Mhm,
aside from um, getting a synergistic deck, there are
mhm,
color. The set is also heavy on mana fixing, so three color decks actually work. They work fine. Some better than the rest. I think Naya is the best uh, shard, if you will. Yeah, but
what color?
green and red,
What color is Naya again?
green, red, and white.
Mhm,
Cause green and red have very good cards in the set. So like for three color decks like like Naya or maybe white has good cards as well. So maybe Naya, Abzan, those colors. Of course, pick the good cards. Like, don't go in having a mindset that I'm playing Naya or something. It's not like that. Other than that, so it's easy to play three color decks. So if you like
hmm,
just pick the good cards from like up to three colors that you like, then and it, as then as you get more cards, if you see that like a two color deck works, then that's fine. You can just forget the third color and shift to that those two colors
hmm.
because you
For
know
drafting, I've always really worried about drafting more than two colors.
for masters.
Well, not masters. I've never really drafted masters. That's why
No, no,
I was
for for
asking for.
for for normal sets, yes, I generally draft two colors. I rarely even splash a third one. But unless there's like a rare like a dual colored card
Mhm.
which is already in one of your colors, and then the second one is an easy color you could produce, and it's like a six drop or something that you won't be casting till late, then fine. But otherwise, I stick to two. But for masters, because there's an insane amount of fixing. There are tricolor lands, there are dual lands, there are fetch lands, there are signets. There's like just a ton of fixing in this set. Oh, and try
Mm.
to and pick signets early, because that's what we do.
Yeah, that's true. Even for cube.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's less so here because the card power is not as strong. Because like in Cube, you would pick a Signet over a bunch of bomb rares in one pack. But here, if you get the bomb rare, of course you prioritize the bomb rare. But if there's nothing else, then you get the Signet, even if it's
Yeah,
off
well,
color.
speaking of bombers, is there any other bombers that I should look out for? Bomb cards are like, okay, if you get this card, that's sort of like, okay, start playing this color. Is there? Because I'm not that, as I said, I'm not that familiar. I'm not really an old. I stopped Magic a long time ago, so I'm just a
Like,
returning player.
it's kind of hard to do that, like, because if you get it on the second pack and it's not your color, then it might not be as good. And people tend to get the rares anyway. So like, I would, in a not so competitive tournament, I would open my pack, look at the rare, see if I feel it's good enough. If not, go to uncommons, see if anything's particularly good. Then look at commons, something like that. And if there
Mm,
is a rare, like for the first pack at least, every time someone passes you a rare, just like look at it and see if it's good enough. I guess. Because this is a
mhm.
master set. This is generally, I mean, it's not cube level goodness, but it's still generally better than a standard set. Um,
Okay.
but otherwise, I mean, it's still, and there's a ton of removal in the set as well. So I mean, it's still more of the synergy, unless it's the like the Nib Mizzet level cards. Because that's that like that thing. If you untap with it, you just win. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind when I play next week. Maybe I'll be
I've
able to.
forgotten about the rest of the cards in the set, but like anything with that power level, because you could like, you're casting it like casting it fifth turn if you have signets and something. So you know,
Mm. And those are also accelerants, right? They do increase.
by one. So
Yeah, it does increase your mana total. Yeah. So maybe I'll talk about it next week, for next week's podcast.
oh yeah, that
But another thing that came out after that, which not only gives people gets is getting people excited for standard, but also for other formats, is Amonkhet.
yeah, there is actually a lot to talk about in Amonkhet. I like how they actually stuck with the theme. I mean, they usually do for like
Yeah, the thing is, maybe before we start, let's talk about first what do you want to talk about in this episode for Amonkhet, because I believe Amonkhet there's just like a wealth of things that we can talk about. We can have like I'm sure that even after ending this episode, we'll have even more to talk about like the next week.
let's do like card impact and things like those last, because those may change as the set actually becomes legal. So let's do things like that won't matter,
Theme, like
the theme and
thematic
stuff.
wise first.
And what cards you like, things like those. Things that
Sure,
don't
sure.
matter.
Okay. So for this episode, for our audience, so this episode we're gonna be talking about like the thematic aspect of that, like the
And
story,
maybe
and then
the general
general
way it makes you feel.
mechanics.
Yeah, the
Okay,
mechanics.
yeah, yeah. Well, you said you like. What was this thing that you liked about the Amonkhet? How they matched the setting. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, because Magic always does that, right? Like Kaladesh does have artifacts and everything. Innistrad is all we're in Innistrad and everything. But for some reason, like if you look at the spread of Amonkhet cards, like you'd know they're in the same set.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but they just do that for some reason, and that's good. And they even make you feel like they're drawn by the same artist.
Oh, like a fairly consistent art.
I guess because I don't know how the art is finalized in Wizards. I'm not sure if like they receive the art and then someone gets to digitally do some finishing or whatever.
I think there's like an art director who's the one that creates the vision or the
Yeah, yeah,
overall vision of it.
but if you look at the Amonkhet cards, they like belong in a single comic book. Like
I guess.
it just matches. Everything matches for some reason, which is not as common. I mean, it's just I guess someone edits them and like, to make sure the use or something or the contrast, because they're a little bit darker.
Like a filter of some sort.
Yeah, it might be something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, yeah, for some reason they just look like they're from the same set, and it works like because remember how Magic always has their human warriors, their zombies, their what else? Whatever. There are people there are certain creature types that are always in the set, and sometimes
Mhm.
it's weird. Like your zombies in College Dash are a bit weird.
Mhm.
In Israel, not so
Well,
much because
because
Liliana's there, but
generally zombies are mummies, and which brings me to the thematic things that I enjoy, because in D&D, mummies are different types of undead because they're powered by positive energy.
ah,
So they're because in normally in most fantasy stories, zombies and the undead are powered by negative energy. So anything that heals things hurts them, and anything that harms things heals them. Negative energy heals them. Except for mummies, because of mummies and how they are aligned to Ra, to the sun god, to positive energy,
also
they are actually
you won't hurt a mummy with a heal spell. I didn't know that.
yeah. Mummies heal. Mummies do that. They channel um they channel positive energy.
Okay.
So they that's the interesting thing about it, and the fact that they're white is really I love as far as from a thematic point of view
The mummies
because
here though are they all white? No, they're not. I don't think they're
the,
all white.
I think most of them are the ones that aren't white. Uh I think almost all of them are white. There of course the ones that aren't that are embalmed. Are they? Do they become red? I haven't checked the
I forgot.
embalmed
Let me.
cards. Yeah, I'm opening up on my end as well.
I
Yeah, is
saw.
it because
No, it's just a copy. Except it's no, it says except it's a zombie.
it doesn't say white zombie?
It says white zombie for a white uh, card.
Okay, how about a red card or a blue card?
Are there other embalm cards? I don't even know.
Yeah. There's a blue embalmed card. Okay, it's not loading for some reason.
Oh, they stay white. They become white.
Yeah. Oh,
Ah,
okay. There you go. See, so that's what I was saying. That the fact that they're like, because they're mummies, it's positive energy. There are black zombies there, but those are the ones that are like
the
out
actual
there.
zombies.
Yeah, those actually it brings out another mythology, the desert mythology, ghouls. If you recall from L5R, another card game that we all used to play,
Yeah,
there were ghouls, Ghuls, which are like
yeah.
from this Egyptian part, from the burning sands. Those are like the zombies of 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 the desert, like improperly buried um, creatures of unlife that continue to feed. Those are like that's the black zombies, the ghouls.
I think they actually are in this set because like you have the
Okay.
zombie minotaur, the zombie jackal. Although the zombie jackal is actually the card name miasmic mummy, so
Mhm.
it's actually a mummy, but you know, so I
You
guess
know, they're
that
using zombies. But yeah, well, generally, as I said, I enjoy that, and the God Cycle is pretty cool.
yeah. You know what I don't like about thematically is they named the Anobites jackals. I mean, they are obviously, but the creature type is just jackal. Like they're not the jackal. Like they could have just named them an Anobite or something, right?
Well, maybe they wanted to. Is it jackals or jackal men?
It's just jackal. That's the thing
Hmm.
I'm not okay with.
Hmm.
Like they would be the same
Okay.
creature type as a jackal pup. So
Well, that's true. That's a little bit strange. But Magic's creature types have never really
have
been
you seen
the
the
most
cat snake?
accurate. Yeah, yeah.
Stupid,
Feline,
stupid,
jaguline, or something.
prowling serpopard.
Serpapard, yes.
Uh,
Which doesn't. They said it doesn't make sense.
it
It's not as good. People, it's not as good as.
oh yeah, yeah, because it's just big. That's it, and it
Yeah,
can and it can be countered, and creature spells you control can't be countered. So what? I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
you can like yeah. I don't get it. It's big. It's 4/3 for a 3 cost
Mhm.
creature, but uh, it's playable. But it's not like ooh because it doesn't turn everything to hexproof or anything. It's just cannot be countered. They still die to removal. So, and who uses counter spells to counter creatures these days anyway? No one.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
uh, yeah. Aside from that, oh, you know what? The you know what I'm beginning to realize the whole themes being very familiar. I mean the whole images being very aligned theme wise started with inventions. Remember when we did
Inventions, Kaladesh, or
the
um
first one. Remember when
uh,
we did
Kaladesh.
that show, and we were
Yeah,
commenting on the art
episode 0.
and
Yes.
everything. We were saying that the colors, everything started looking very similar, and those are also done with by different artists. And I was saying like, this is the first time that they put in extra effort in this in the inventions because the art looks very much in theme with everything, even though they're done with by different artists. And like that was the first time we were seeing it. I think they're now sort of doing the same thing with like the art of the set in general, where it just matches, which is good.
Yeah, well, generally, you want to have like a consistent art vision, and that's why you have like an art director, so that it's going to be consistent.
Yeah, yeah,
The
but
art
it's
will be
rare
consistent.
that the cards would actually almost look like they're done by one guy.
That's true.
And there are exceptions like the blighted bat is like completely weird
Weird,
and
weird looking.
yeah and like yeah, there are exceptions, but for the most part they like if you have mythic spoiler up, if you look at compelling argument and pitiless vizier, they're
Hmm.
sort of side by side there. Like they look like they're done by one guy.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I can see what you mean. It's
Uh,
the way that they look.
and it's
Uh,
generally like that. So I like it.
yeah, any time you have a consistent art style, it would be something that would appeal. How What are your thoughts about this big brouhaha over the invocation borders and the general invocation style?
What do you mean invocation?
Invocation's kind of like the inventions for the set.
Oh, they call
That's
it
what they're
invocation.
called. Yeah,
I
invocations.
hate it.
Okay. People have already said a lot about that. I don't necessarily think we need to add to that.
No, here's the problem. It's really hard to read. Uh
Yes, I thought that's sort of like that's what they're trying to do.
oh, is
They're
that
trying to make it
what
hard to.
everyone is? Here's my problem. Like I have a cube. We have this cube we play, right? And we
Yeah,
put in as many masterpieces as we can, right?
yeah, of course.
uh, just say just agree to that anyway. And then
Yeah.
like if you imagine putting these things in the cube, they just don't work. That's my issue with it. I mean, they're not bad cards. on like in a vacuum on their own, they're okay.
Honestly, my thing that doesn't it doesn't hurt my eyes as much as those Kamigawa cards,
The
the
flips,
upside down
oh
ones, the
yeah,
flip
of
ones.
course.
You know,
Those
if
are but the because the borders are the same. So
yeah, it does confuse me. Like I got hit by an, I got hit at least twice by that Nizumi thing. Right, I picked the wrong card because I thought it was one thing, in fact, it was the other. So
but that's more of you just not reading.
it's when you're trying to hurry and your art
Yeah,
is
I
one of the
guess.
things that you're going to use. So it is hard to read. I understand that. I haven't seen the minimalist versions that some people have made. Like some people have made like alters of it to make it more minimalist, to reduce
Ah, yeah.
the reduce number of things happening.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but the art on them is really good. Have you seen that Days video?
Video? No.
Online. There's a video of the art of Days animated. So they animated the art of Days and looks really really nice.
Is
Looks like a screensaver actually.
is Days one of the invocations now?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't actually looked through everything. But then
Uh,
actually, aside from the fact that it doesn't look like like it doesn't belong with other magic cards. The art is actually not that bad. I mean the borders and everything like the the
I
the
am actually
the
I'm actually
bolas
sharing it to you right now,
where
so you can see what it looks like. The
eh,
Here you go.
anyway, while you're doing that, the videos, I mean the videos, the borders, like look at it, the bolas horns,
Hmm.
encasing the holy
Yeah,
ground. It's good. I mean, what are the numbers though? Are those the collector number?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I have.
they look like it, but really, that's bad. That's bad though. Like, are they? Ah,
Let's
no,
see.
that's
I am.
actually power and toughness.
Yeah.
Ay,
For the creature. Yeah, yeah.
that's bad.
Wait, did you
That.
see that? Where's that? Was it God? The God one. Where's that
Oh,
gods?
there are. I actually haven't. I just realized I haven't looked at invocations.
Okay, well, you can do like a more in-depth, like card by card.
Oh,
But the other one,
all the five gods have invocations.
yes, they have. Which leads me to the best one ever.
Ah,
Have you seen your favorite god, the red one, Hazoret?
I'm actually having. It's when I click the link, it links to the non-invocation version.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Hazoret the
I
fervent,
can see it, but it's
okay?
small.
Okay, Hazoret the fervent, all right? But in the invocation, if you look at it, it looks like it says Hazoret the pervert.
It does. It's Ferbert though.
Pervert.
No, but no,
Let's
actually
see.
no.
Let's see pervert.
If it's far enough, it actually looks like pervert.
Yes. It looks so much like pervert that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why
You see why I don't like invocations.
I understand. I understand
I mean,
the art.
that aside, the art on see, I can't even read this card. What's this? Spell Pierce? Yeah, Spell Pierce is awesome.
Yeah, there is actually a they do the full art of the different cards.
Oh,
It's
they
really
did.
really good. There's Wrath of God that is awesome.
A Pact of Negation is awesome.
The application looks really good too.
Wait, where's Wrath of God? The Wrath of God. Oh, ah, like it's
Right?
like a wide angle view of the original card ish.
Yeah, it's like sorta. You can see
It is
the
right. At least for
re-
Wrath of God.
Well, maybe. The thing I'm looking at here, the thing that comes into my mind is like that old Bone Thugs and Harmony song. Crossroads,
I haven't
see
seen that
you at
one.
the crossroads.
For
Yeah,
Wrath of God.
yeah. Look at that. It's
I
just like a
haven't.
bunch of guys walking around the mountain.
Is it is isn't that like the meteor that's hitting the thing in the middle? It is,
I
right?
guess. I guess. I guess.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like the
Yep.
faraway
Spell
view of
Pierce looks
the
awesome.
spilled beers is awesome, and
Yeah. Where's Force of Will? Force of Will looks isn't as cool. But still pretty cool. I like Force of Will. Not bad.
you see how hard it is to look for cards. I'm actually looking for it now, and I haven't found it yet.
It's really small. The thing is, the art is really small on the thing itself. The full art looks, you
Where is
know,
it? I've scanned the whole thing twice. I haven't seen Force of Will.
I just use Google.
Okay. I'm looking at the spoiler page.
It's under the invocations. I think they separated it.
N- Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at invocations, and I couldn't read it.
Okay, it's the one with the bird with a force field.
Oh, now I found. Cause here's the other problem. Cause you know how they inserted like
Like
faux like
gibberish.
yeah, gibberish
Yeah,
hieroglyphics before the names, but
yeah,
the names do not start at the same
yeah.
indentation.
I know, I
So
know.
Force of Will is way to the right.
Yeah, it's like love, 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 love of force of
Yeah,
will.
so as I was scrolling through the names, I'm looking at like the first five letters and looking for an F, which I couldn't find.
Nah, there's no.
This is why I hate the cards.
Yeah. But the art on them actually is pretty good. It's unfortunately it's in a small area. Um,
I just hate the border really bad.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
even the how they didn't color the casting cost. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but
because it's on tablets.
yeah, but I mean, you could color tablets. They have like colors like what's the Egyptian color? Egyptian.
Brown
No. There's a Crayola color that's Egyptian something.
Egyptian. I don't know. That sounds racist.
No. Because no, and I actually googled that, and it's because the dye that's used to create it comes from Egypt.
Mm,
Seriously,
I don't know.
Egyptian Crayola. Let me be very quick. Anyway, talk while I'm doing this.
Okay, well, so the invocations have been fixed. People are trying to fix the invocations by changing the art layout, moving some of the more gaudy pieces of it, making it less busy. I'm looking at the one right now actually, and I see the difference. It's still gonna be it's, it's still gonna be the same thing where you're
It's
where you're gonna
Egyptian
be
yellow, by the way.
Egyptian yellow. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, and yeah, it's not racist. It's because the dye that Crayola uses comes from Egypt. That's it.
Okay.
So going back,
So, beside the art is one of the most common things, and would we be talking? Do you want us to talk about the different like mechanics, or we'll save that for another episode? Because we are running on an hour already.
I guess we
Because we can't really talk about Amonkhet. It's just there's just so much to talk about.
because I sort of want to talk about the mechanics because the pre-release is next week and people might need it for that. But then we can do this episode for this week and release next week's episode early, uh so it's before the pre-release, something like that.
I think well, so we release it on
Friday.
Friday.
No, nah, never mind. It's not gonna work. But anyway, any
Well, people will be playing a lot of pre-release, and so we'll be able to talk more about it. I think.
so but any like what any general Like more general thoughts on Amonkhet.
Non mechanics wise.
No, like Amonkhet wise, set wise.
I was that way. Story wise, I'm interested in the question that's on everybody's minds.
Oh,
Where's
I
Bolas?
have one question that's on my mind. And why is like Liliana sort of emulating the Tasigur pose? That's
Because
my question.
she's a queen. She's a queen here. She's
Because
she's she's balling.
they only if they put bananas here, it would have been the are those are no, there are bananas.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, and that's a mummy.
yeah. It is a mummy. All of them are zombies.
No, 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 with the one holding
Mummies.
the fruit tray with the bananas.
Yep.
It's a mummy. I thought it was like a table.
Ah, no, it's a mummy sitting down, kneeling down, which
So
is
yeah.
which is part of the thing. Yeah.
Okay, so the question in people's minds, you were saying?
Where's Bolas?
Oh,
Where's Nicol Bolas? This is his plane. The reason why they went here is not to get new cards. They went here to kill Nicol Bolas because
yeah,
they felt that.
I guess it's in the next set. The short answer for that, right?
Yeah. And who's the God Pharaoh?
But the God Pharaoh?
Yeah. Okay. Story wise, once they got there, they're like these gods that walk among people, right? And they're
The
the
five
five
gods.
different gods. Yes. Thing is, above those five gods is the god Pharaoh, who um who created this area of protection, who created the caste system, I guess, and who did this protection of all these people. Apparently, there's this card. I saw it because I like reading flavor text of the cards. There's one white card that was spoiled. It's an enchantment. I think it's five casting costs. White enchantment. Hmm.
Okay, what does it say? Well, then look for the
Uh,
enchantment.
yeah. So what it does is it reduces the damage of all damage to you by one,
By
essentially,
one. Okay.
just by one. Yeah. Anytime a source of
Yeah, the
damage deals
protection of the Hekmah.
Hekma, yeah. So apparently the Hekma is like this thing where all these dark evil forces are, or destructive forces are within this bubble that the god Pharaoh created, and so he's like kind of trapped them, kind of like Suleiman. Suleiman, the guy that trapped all of those demons inside this sphere. So he trapped them there.
Okay.
So it's like,
Oh,
so what?
but they mentioned the God Pharaoh.
Yeah, the god Pharaoh is
Alright.
the one that trapped them there. So who is the god Pharaoh?
It must be
Because
Bolas though, right?
maybe because I remember Bolas was like the emperor of Kamigawa or something. He's like
Yeah.
I don't know the story of
Yeah, he's
Kamigawa. I was
always the king thing. So I won't be surprised if he's the God Pharaoh here as well. I mean, I guess we'll find out in 3 months though, right?
and why is just horns like over there in the distance all the time?
No, no, no. They're it's not his horns. It's like they that's the monument. They build monuments to him in form of horns.
It's monuments. I thought it's like
Yeah,
anywhere you were.
look at Fate of the Devoted.
Hmm.
So all of the five places, the five colors apparently
Mhm.
have their own. I'm not sure if it's their own, but or at least they see it. Like no, but look at the if you look at the trial of Zeal as well for red, the red
Mhm.
trial, you see that the god is somewhere in the thing. It's in a platform where that has horns. And I'm thinking
Oh, okay.
the other trials have those as well. And if you look at Fate of what did I say? Fate of the something, the black card. There's
Uh huh.
like a monument with like two towers with horns. So
Mm.
it's not like you can see it from everywhere. I think it's like every city or color. What are the colors separated by? I mean, what are the colors here though? Like, are they cities or something?
It's not doesn't seem to be cities, but the colors. the color it doesn't the colors are sort of like incidental. It doesn't really show as far as from the story perspective. I haven't read all of the stories, but I'm just gleaning it from the flavor text.
But the other thing is the inconsistency with the art because they're made by different people.
Yeah.
They're just looking at the so I mean the horns would look different and are interpreted differently, I guess. But the thing is like if you look at the mountain, the full art mountain,
Mhm.
the horns are in the city, which would seem consistent with what you see on the red trial. They're like a platform in the city where it's at, and the one for green is in the like it's in the mountain or something. So I guess the
Mm.
size is it differs from like how the artist interprets it, but I think they're just
Mhm.
monuments. It's not like it's actually bolas like walking around
Or just like remnants of his.
or someone cut his horns and no.
I don't know. It remains to be seen. Don't know what they're gonna do with that. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm sure. I just have a problem with the way that they write the stories. Like it seems very. Because I got used to L5R story writing, which is really really good,
Oh yeah.
and the writing here isn't as good,
Oh,
and they
speaking
use a lot of.
Oh, going back to horns, by the way, have you seen you've seen the Ask for Told card, the one with the hands emulating the horns? That's actually funny that they stuck with horns.
As foretold.
The blue card, the one that lets you play cards with equal or less value than your counters.
Oh, are
Like
those
everyone.
horns?
No, no, the hands. The hands look
The
like
hat.
the
Yeah.
horns.
Yeah. So, oh, okay.
See?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, like
Huh.
horns everywhere.
Huh.
So I guess that's like their way of praying to him. I guess.
I guess. I guess. Oh, also like
Yeah, so that would make more sense that he would be the God Pharaoh.
it's possible.
Right.
Still, it seems too much of like oh surprise, the thing that's been the God Pharaoh is me.
I think it's really that. I mean, I know Wizards is paying people to make the story, but that's really not their priority.
Unfortunately.
Have you seen
But
the card with the mummy gardening?
I'm gardening.
Harvest season. It's like a mummy
Oh
picking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think like well, because they're servants. That's what they do.
It's just that it's
That's what they do. They're servants. They do gardening.
or I guess it's different, like, cause aren't mummies supposed to be like kings and stuff in the real world at least,
Well, well, okay. Mummification
or
is a
is it
process.
done to everyone in ancient Egypt?
It can be. It can be. The ones that can afford it, because the ones that can afford it are the ones that are rich. So usually kings, people of noble birth.
Oh, but then why
So
do
that's
they
why.
have why is the thing like you get mummified to become a servant, like that's kind
Yeah,
of
those are the servants of the kings.
oh they
So
mummify people so they have servants.
yeah, in the afterlife.
Oh, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like a which kind of like terracotta, which I'm curious about if they're ever gonna do a Chinese version,
Oh,
not Japanese.
they've done Japanese, so I mean I wouldn't. Uh, the plane doesn't exist yet, though, right? Oh, there
Yeah,
is.
well,
Well,
there's
there's three kingdoms.
the three Portal Three Kingdoms. Yeah,
I guess
so
technically
maybe
they've already done it. Is would be the proper way of addressing
I
that.
guess
So,
still, I'd be curious. They did Indian technologists. They did
are you?
German 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 horror.
Wait, what's German
They
horror?
Innistrad.
Oh, that's German?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
that's German. That's German, Bavarian. Those it's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
The houses. Okay.
Yeah, and then
The Hansel and Gretel type of.
yeah. What's the other one?
No, what other one?
What's the other set? Ravnica is kind of like Metropolitan. It's like hmm.
So are you implying that wizards is racist?
No, I'm saying that they're appropriating cultural things to for their setting, and it's not really bad. Um, Khan's is Mongolian.
Yeah.
I guess it's Chinese. Yeah, I guess that's the Chinese set.
Well,
Khan's.
technically,
Then you have the Greek set, right?
what's the Greek set?
You have the Greek set, um, Teros and the gods, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that the planes are just parts of the world.
Yeah, well, they kind of are. Right? Alara is a little bit different,
The
but
L
then
ones are like different as well,
yeah,
right? So,
yeah,
oh, because
yeah.
Alara is
So
like all about the shorts and stuff. So,
yeah, so it's shards more of America, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Amonkhet?
no, I guess next time we
Not
talk
mechanic.
about not yeah, mechanics would be next time. How about how about the impact to standard and modern? We like that's next time as
I
well.
think we can. Yeah, I think because we can't really say how it's going to impact it until it becomes a playable set. I guess we can see how we can assume. It's, oh, okay, they're going to want this, they're going to want that, but until it actually drops, we can't really say for sure.
Okay.
We can just give
I just wanna
recommendations.
I guess I just wanna do one last thing, and that I'm gonna say I called it now and say that Soul Scar Mage will be a $20 card at least
Soul
eventually.
Scar Mate.
The Steve Argyle card.
Is that the Steve Argyle card?
Yes,
Why?
because
Because it's cool looking?
because because Goblin Guide used to be $2 as well, and this is I don't know. This could be better, or I may be wrong. Oh, yeah, I may be wrong.
Prowess. Um, if a source of frequent revealed.
It's Swift Spear without haste with Wither essentially. So it's Monastery Swift Spear, one damage lower, but with that gives everything Wither. Gives all your damage Wither. Your non-combat damage Wither.
So how is that comparable to Goblin Guide?
Because Goblin Guide gives your opponent lands, which kind of sucks.
Okay. No, I'm saying how is giving your damage wither helpful?
Oh, how is it helpful? No, it's just that
Yeah.
you want one drop that could deal two or more damage per turn that doesn't give you a drawback,
Oh,
essentially.
okay, okay. I get what you mean.
And the counters thing, I guess they work for indestructible things.
Yeah, that's really what I thought of. Indestructible.
Yeah, and they work for like if you try to damage something and they pump. Yeah, they don't die, but they die end of turn. So that's a thing.
Hmm.
That might be a thing.
Yeah, we can in the next episode we can discuss the different mechanics. It's a
Yeah, but I just want
the
to say that I called
bottom.
it now. So or
Okay,
maybe not
so
20, but because right now it's 6, I think, which is already pretty high. I guess it depends on when there's gonna be a big modern tournament and some guy uses it. Mm,
Oh, okay.
maybe me. I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm. Let's see.
Other than
Let's
that,
just
I think also what's the other red card? The one that ends the turn.
glorious end.
That one's also gonna be a $20 card at least.
It's a mythic. It's
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 already,
actually
I think more than 20. Okay, I'll go 30 because it's a mythic. It's 12 right now.
glorious end.
Yep, because that is
Modern or standard?
both.
Really?
Maybe less in
In
modern.
standard, I can.
I don't know.
In standard, I
In
think
standard, it's gonna be part of your burn deck. In modern, it's gonna be a sideboard card that everyone uses because
that's pretty because it's a counter spell.
it destroys combo.
Yeah, it
It,
does.
like the combos that
Inst-
like you know how like there are decks like if you had a Splinter Twin deck, right?
mhm,
Well, of course they have your counter spell, but anyway, like if like there are other disruption spells that you could use, but then he could react by making the creatures before you do that, so you do get to destroy the whatever, but he still gets to make the creatures. Like with this one,
mhm,
he does get to make the creature, but they don't get to attack and things like those. And like for it also like for cards like Scape Shift, like
mhm,
you cast Scape Shift, there's no way around it, but then your turn ends and you don't get the damage ad nauseum. It kills a lot of combo decks in a really bad
mhm,
way. But I guess
mhm.
the problem is you need to win next turn, but you know.
Yeah, it's really it's a very strong. I think it's a strong card. Um, but I do enjoy its interaction with
No,
the Gideon emblem.
I don't like that.
It's cute.
I don't like
It's
Gideon
cute.
at all. Eh, I guess,
The
but
three
like
cost Gideon.
it's like saying Platinum Angel was good, but you know it was never good.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe because the three cost people will
No,
do something.
I like the Gideon for it doing damage, but
Hmm.
just that, nothing else. Like I'd play Gideon on turn 3 so I can swing for 4 next turn. I'd use it for that,
Yeah.
only that.
So what you do is you put an emblem out and then you
No,
swing for four next.
I wouldn't waste a turn putting out an emblem. That's the thing. If I were
What
to,
would you do? Give it a plus one counter to
oh, the first turn,
Red. Yeah, the first time you play it.
yeah.
So why not bring out the emblem?
No,
It's
because you
like
need a
it's
plus
zero.
one to protect itself from something.
If the cost what if your enemy doesn't have any permanents to target,
I still give it plus one
just
to make
do
sure it survives. Yeah.
a lightning bolt, whatever.
Yeah,
What's it called?
yeah,
It's yeah,
whatever
flow.
the incendiary flow or whatever. Cause I really don't see a point in doing cause like the emblem, well, fine, you don't lose, but then you still don't win. Like you still need to find a way to win. Oh,
Yeah,
worse, like the best case is you put that emblem out, you have a Gideon, your life goes to negative whatever, so you don't lose, right?
mhm.
So and you deal enough damage to your opponent to make him also lethal, and then you lose your Gideon, so it becomes a draw. So you're trying to win to get a draw. I don't get that.
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's not, but I don't hate it. It's still a. Still think it's a nice card.
I'd buy it
Don't
for
think it's a.
$10. I wouldn't buy it for the $50 that it goes for right now.
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy right now.
ridiculous. Not
Yeah, but
even.
here's what's happening. We're talking about Amonkhet cards mechanics because it's Amonkhet is a really great set and lots of things happening with it. Lots of things that interact, how it interacts, lots
It's
of rules.
less of the mechanic. Cause like if you want to be strict, mechanic is the embalm, the cycle, and stuff like that. So we're talking
It's
about like
it's
the high hype cards, I guess. The hype cards.
mm, uh, Liliana Death's Majesty is pretty good,
Except that it cost 5.
except that it costs five, but otherwise pretty darn good.
Yeah, I'm like the thing about this set is I I like it's obvious that they're pushing red. That's like one of the things.
You think they're gonna have a red planeswalker?
Uh, Next set
Because
probably.
but how many planeswalkers came out during Kaladesh? There's Chandra, Nisa,
I think two, three.
four, four,
Oh,
right?
in one set?
What's it? No, in Kaladesh. Kaladesh was Nisa, um,
I mean, you mean the
Dovin,
block or the expansion?
expansion. Nisa, Dovin, Chandra, and what's her name? Sahili, right?
Isn't Sahili in Aether Revolt?
No,
Oh,
Aether
the
Revolt
cat
had
is Aether. The cat was in Aether Revolt. Okay.
Johnny and what's his name?
Yeah, they could. I mean,
John,
they could release a red planeswalker, but I mean, because Chandra is really is good already. So
because right now they have
because the old Gideon is
the
about to rotate. The old Liliana is also about to rotate.
so
So
Liliana Gideon. So far, there's just two planeswalkers.
yeah, but Chandra is in
Oh no, sorry,
just
three. There's a Unisa.
yeah, but they're in a like the rest are in recent sets. So I mean like because like I said, Gideon and Liliana are about to rotate, and if they didn't change, because they suddenly changed rotations again, right? There was
Yeah.
supposed to be a rotation already. If they
Mm,
didn't, those would have already rotated. So I think that's what technically what happened here.
mm.
Like
Yeah, I know that this was supposed to be the set with
that rotates
that
things.
replaced exactly, but then it didn't. So there's a lot of different things happening there.
That's
But
also why I think that could also be the reason why red is pushed in the set. Like I could like there could be a lot of red cards that would have rotated, but so this is like the like refreshes red, because you always need to have an aggro red. I mean, it doesn't have to be tier one, but you have to have it. So this might be the set that refreshes red, and you won't get a lot of red cards for a while. It might be something like that. It just so happened that it didn't rotate.
mhm,
That's why you have a lot. So that might be a thing.
mhm. Okay, yeah, it does make sense. So anything else that we want to talk about for Amonkhet?
Now I think we should
The
reserve more for like next week.
Yeah, there's just a lot. We haven't even started talking about like the lands,
Because we could
like
have
the
spent a lot more time with Amonkhet, but we were surprised with the two trailers. Like we were like everyone was when does the Thor trailer ever come out, and then boom, right?
yeah,
So
just all of a sudden Thor.
yeah, I mean Star Wars everyone anticipated because the Star Wars week,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
haven't even talked about the Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, but you don't really watch that, so
I downloaded
uh,
it. I mean I um bought DVDs.
yeah. You can download by you can buy it and download it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. We do that all the time. Anyway, yeah, there's even I think I haven't watched it, but there's a Mark Hamill something that's an hour long, like I think it's a tribute to Carrie Fisher. I don't know. I've seen it in YouTube,
No,
but I
that's part.
haven't clicked it.
That, that was the part. That was part of the. That was Mark Hamill giving the finger.
I haven't seen it. I just like saw the thumbnail and
It's most likely it's the Mark Hamill giving the finger. That's his tribute to Carrie Fisher.
yeah,
It's part of the celebration. They've recorded several like celebrations, like 8 hours long, and they did lots of panels, and that they all uploaded.
yeah,
The only thing that they did put online was like the things they showed for the panels, like the trailers, but they did show the trailers separately. So
okay, yeah.
yeah, so yeah, so if so look forward, everybody look forward to next week where we will be talking about more about more Amonkhet. from a player perspective, I guess we're going to talk more about the cards, what they do, instead of just the art that they have. Also, I guess we'll be
And probably
talking
talk about
about.
limited play a bit since it's gonna be limited PTQ season, PPTQ season
Yeah,
for
that's true.
Amonkhet. So
Hmm. Yeah, so look forward to that, and also look forward to our other shows. We will be putting out more. Just keep an eye out on our channel, and the
oh, we're
we
gonna shoot the
really.
giveaway soon.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we still have that to
Yeah,
do,
I'm gonna
but
do it.
we also look forward to everybody's comments. We appreciate you watching our videos, and we hope to hear from you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and let us know. Comment and let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. We always make sure to read the comments that you put, and also reply as soon as we could.
Okay, so guess nothing left but to say bye.
Yeah. So this is Elvin,
And I'm JR.
and it's yeah, and we're and for this is episode 2 of the Red Zone Podcast, and thank you for listening, and you have a good day.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys. Bye bye.
So anyway, you mentioned Korean barbecue earlier because we went there a couple of weeks ago. The thing is, I've actually been going to Korean barbecue weekly for around the eighth time for 8 consecutive weeks. And the thing is, like I'm actually losing weight because of the buffet. Because you're normally eating a lot of carbs and stuff like that, yeah, like normal diet. Because I'm not on a diet or anything. I just eat. Okay. So, but when you go to a Korean barbecue buffet, you're gonna eat a lot of meat and some lettuce. So I end up eating a lot of meat and lettuce on the Korean barbecue days, normally Saturdays or Fridays, depending on what happens during the week. Yeah, end up eating a lot, and then eat less on the succeeding meals because you're still full, and that ends up
Mhm.
with me losing weight and feeling not just losing weight but feeling lighter because of the lack of carbs. So I think there you
Yeah,
have it.
yeah,
If you want to lose weight, eat buffets.
sure. You're not eating it right because you're like not getting any of the sides. It defeats the purpose of the Korean barbecue. You don't get any of the sides. You get some of the sides. You
I
get
get
some of
the
the
chicken
noodles.
is really good, but I mean, yeah, because that's it.
You
We're eating
get some
chicken,
of the
pork, and
kimbap. You get some of the japchae. You get some of the onion pancake. You get some of all.
I guess you can do that. But I'm just been craving for the meat for some reason for the longest time. Yeah, 8 weeks and counting. This weekend would be my ninth. And yeah,
Well,
it's healthy. It's everything. I mean, I just wanted to share that with everyone.
there's an eat all you can pizza thing also.
See, those are bad carbs.
Oh, there's good carbs now. Give me an
Good
example of a good carb.
good carb is when you eat the bun on a burger. That's okay. But when you eat
Good
pizza, which
carb.
is mostly anyway.
Okay.